Hello my dear friends, welcome to Certify my YouTube channel. In this video let us discuss AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner previous and practice exam questions. Without wasting the time, let's get started. Our first question is, which AWS service or feature allows a user to establish a dedicated network connection between a company's on-premises data center and the AWS cloud? Options are Option A, AWS Direct Connect. Option B, VPC peering. Option C, AWS VPN. Option D, Amazon Route 53. If you are new to my channel, subscribe for more practice questions. So the correct answer for this question is Option A, create a dedicated network connection to AWS. The AWS Direct Connect cloud service is the shortest path to your AWS resources. While in transit, your network traffic remains on the AWS global network and never touches the public internet. Next question. Which option is a physical location of the AWS global infrastructure? Option A, AWS Data Sync. Option B, AWS Region. Option C, Amazon Connect. Option D, AWS Organization. The correct answer is option B. AWS has the concept of a region, which is a physical location around the world where we cluster data centers. We call each group of logical data centers an availability zone. Next question. Sorry. Each AWS region consists of a minimum of 3 isolated and physically separate AZs with a geographic area. Next question. A company wants to protect its AWS cloud information, systems, and assets while performing risk assessment and mitigation tasks. Which pillar of the AWS well architected framework is supported by these goals? Options are Option A, reliability. Option B, security. Option C, operational excellence. Option D, performance efficiency. The correct option is Option B, security. Security for infrastructure protection and data protection. Next question. What is the purpose of having an internet gateway within a VPC? Options are Option A, to create a VPN connection to the VPC. Option B, to allow communication between the VPC and the internet. Option C, to impose bandwidth constraints on internet traffic. Option D, to load balance traffic from the internet across Amazon EC2 instances. The correct option is Option B. An internet gateway is a horizontally scaled, redundant, and highly available VPC component that allows communication between your VPC and the internet. Next question. A company is running a monolithic on-premises application that does not scale and is difficult to maintain. The company has a plan to migrate the application to AWS and divide the application into microservices. Which best practice of the AWS well-architected framework is the company following with this plan? Option A, integrate functional testing as part of AWS deployment. Option B, use automation to deploy changes. Option C, deploy the application to multiple locations. Option D, implement loosely coupled dependencies. The right option is Option D. Dependencies such as queuing systems, streaming systems, workflows, and load balancers are loosely coupled. Loose coupling helps isolate behavior of a component from other components that depend on it, increasing resiliency and agility. Next question. A company has an AWS account. The company wants to audit its password and access key rotation details for compliance purposes. Which AWS service or tool will meet this requirement? Options are Option A, IAM Access Analyzer. Option B, AWS Artifact. Option C, IAM Credential Report. Option D, AWS Audit Manager. The correct answer is Option C. You can use credential reports to assist in your auditing and compliance efforts. You can use the report to audit the effects of credential lifecycle requirements such as password and access key. Next question. A company wants to receive a notification when a specific AWS cost threshold is reached. Which AWS services or tools can the company use to meet this requirement? Choose two options. Options are option A Amazon Simple Queue Service, option B AWS Budgets, option C Cost Explorer, option D Amazon CloudWatch, option E AWS Cost and Usage Report. The correct answer for this question is option B and option D. AWS Budgets. AWS Budgets is a service that allows you to set custom cost and usage budgets for your AWS resources. You can configure a budget with a specific threshold and define actions such as sending notifications when that threshold is reached. Amazon CloudWatch. Amazon CloudWatch is a monitoring service that can be used to collect and track metrics, logs, and events from various AWS resources. It supports setting up alarms based on cost metrics, so you can create an alarm for a specific cost threshold and configure it to send notifications when the threshold is breached. Next question. Which AWS service or resource provides answers to the most frequently asked security related questions that AWS receives from its users? Options are option A AWS Artifact, option B Amazon Connect, option C AWS Chatbot, option D AWS Knowledge Center. The correct answer is option D. Option D is correct. Key service or resource provides answers to the most frequently asked security related questions. The correct answer is the official Knowledge Center articles and videos covering the most frequent questions and requests that we receive from AWS customers. So the right answer is option D, AWS Knowledge Center. Next question. Which tasks are customer responsibilities according to the AWS shared responsibility model? Choose two options. Options are option A configure the AWS provided security group firewall, option B classify company assets in the AWS cloud, option C determine which availability zones to use for Amazon S3 buckets, option D patch or upgrade Amazon DynamoDB, option E select Amazon EC2 instances to run AWS Lambda on. The right options are option A and option B. Configure the AWS provided security group firewall. Option B. Classify company assets in the AWS cloud. Next question. Which of the following are pillars of the AWS well-architected frameworks? Choose two options. Options are option A. Availability, option B. Reliability, option C. Scalability, option D. Responsive design, option E. Operational excellence. The right options for this question is option B and option E. AWS well architected helps cloud architects build secure, high performing, resilient, and efficient infrastructure for a variety of applications and workloads. Build around 6 pillars: operational excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, and sustainability.